before we begin. There we go. Welcome everyone to our virtual EP at Home demo. Maria here from the EPA. I'm just here to show you a quick demo on how to use the platform. For those of you who aren't really familiar with the EP at Home events, they take place on the first Tuesday of every month at the Fable Bar and Restaurant in central London. It's just a space where we bring together our members, their guests, so that we can network over a couple of drinks over the course of a couple of hours. Now, obviously, this is a little bit different to the Fable, but it's still a great opportunity for you to meet new members or guests, or even just catch up with some friendly old faces. Right, so as I said, the purpose of the video is just to show you how to navigate yourself around the virtual platform, which we will begin shortly. I just wanted to first mention a couple of quick things. So first things first, please use Google Chrome as your web browser. This is our top recommendation. In terms of other web browsers like Internet Explorer or Firefox, they're just not as strong in terms of sound and microphone quality. So we highly recommend using Google Chrome so you can have the optimum experience. Secondly, this is a networking event, so although you don't have to get suited and booted, your camera and your microphone will be on. So for all of us who normally take their Zoom team calls in workout gear, maybe it's time we step it up a notch. Of course, you can have just your microphone on if you prefer, but as I said, it is a networking event, so we would like to see your beautiful faces too. Once you log on, this video will pop up as a refresher, and once the tutorial or demo is complete, you'll automatically jump onto a table with someone. So this is just something to bear in mind. You can then view the rest of the floor plan to see who's there and jump onto another table. Now, the whole idea is to treat the event like a virtual speed networking, so feel free to keep jumping from table to table to meet and speak to new guests. Obviously, because it's not a face-to-face environment, maybe you just have a quick way. If you want to jump off a table and you can see there's another two people talking, maybe just do a courteous quick wave before you jump off. As you can't lock a table per se, we have dedicated 2 floors for one-to-one networking. So these are floors 5 and 6. So if you'd like to have a bit more of a one-to-one conversation with someone, we'd recommend going to floors 5 and 6. I'll show you how to get there shortly. Right, so here we go. First things first, if I just show you how to update your profile. So this is something I'd recommend you get onto doing straight away as soon as you log on to the event. So top left-hand corner here where you can see the 3 black lines, if you just click on there, it just shows you a few settings, support, if your camera microphone is all linked up properly, and then there's a My Profile section as well. Now this is me, this is my test profile, which is why I don't have anything uploaded. You can connect your LinkedIn profile, but there have been a few issues on some parts, so you can put your LinkedIn profile link here, but then I would recommend just manually entering your details here. So for example, if I wanted to change my photo, just quickly find it here. Yeah. There you go, right? And press Save Changes. Great. So just to show you quickly, you can see 2 versions of myself. That's because I've logged on with my Gmail account just to show you this demo and how it would appear on your view versus me as an organizer. But just to show you, this is an example of 2 people sitting at a table. So if I hover over someone's avatar and click on their name, I can see here their details, and that is where the link to connect your LinkedIn profile will go. So if I press on that, it will load up my LinkedIn profile. Right. Top right-hand corner, that's pretty much the same thing. So you can update your profile here or log out. The 3 lines here are more for additional settings. top left here, this video will appear here, just in case you need to remind yourself or refresh yourself on it. So I will upload the video here. This is our stage, and this is where the agenda will appear. So for the purpose of the demo, I just did a very quick agenda. If you just hover over your mouse, it will expand so you can see on the real event day. And then you will notice there's 4 sort of lounge areas around the event, and on the left hand side it will be our sponsor lounges. So depending on the sponsor of the event, it will be dedicated to them and their staff. There's also an option here where you can see their logo. If you click onto it, they can upload a video or an image along with a call to action link. So that's just a bit more information about the sponsor. Top right hand corner, bottom right hand corner is where our EPA lounges will be. So this is where our staff will be. Same thing here. If you click on the banner, you can maybe view a link or go to our website, just so that you're aware. Right, next up is the floors of the demo, of the space. So we're on the first floor at the moment, but as I said, floor 5 and 6 is dedicated to one-to-one conversations. Now, if you do want to have a very private conversation, I would recommend taking it offline. Naturally, people can jump onto your table, so if it is very private, I would recommend just taking that offline. But yes, if you're meeting someone for the first time, potential clients, and you want to have a one-to-one chat with them, then you can go to floor 5, for example. Here you go, I'm now on floor 5, which is why you can't see the other me there, and then you can network that way. Great. You can zoom in and zoom out, just so that you can see more clearly. And one other thing I forgot to mention about the EPA lounges is that's where our staff will be. So that's where I will be as well. If you have any questions, technical questions, or questions about the EPA, for example, just hop onto one of these lounges and we can accommodate you. So what will happen is once you log on, all of the tables will populate with sort of avatars of everyone who's logged on to the event, and then you'll be able to jump onto a table. So by jumping onto a table, it's very simple. You just double click. There you go. I've just moved to table 3, just so you can see. At the bottom here, you will see a panel, which will have a couple of features. So if you are on a table, for example, let me just see if I can do that now. If you are on a table, perhaps it's not working because that's an organizer view. At the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the option for tile view, which will just expand the camera. So just to give you a quick, just to show you, I've turned off my camera and my microphone for the purpose of this demo, but I've just turned it on so you can see. So there you go, tile view, expands it forward, and then you go back to map just so that you can see the overview of the map. I'd recommend having it as the map view, just so that you can see who else is there and chat to that and jump onto other tables. But yeah, I'm just going to turn off this camera so I'm not looking at myself. And then you will also have the chat function. So this would pre-populate with everyone who's currently in the event. Naturally, you can't see anyone at the moment, but if you do see someone you like or someone you want to speak to, you can just double click on them and have a quick chat with them. Say, for example, you want to see where they are, ask them which table they're on, for example, and then you can jump onto their table. There's also an option for screen share, pretty self-explanatory, as you would do on a Zoom call, for example. And then there's also an option for whiteboard. Whiteboard is, I did this previously, which is why it's there. I wouldn't, it's entirely up to you if you'd like to draw something or show something on your table, but it's not really a function that we would use. But I just quickly drew my name earlier so you can see. And then obviously there's the quick event function. I'm just trying to see if I have covered everything. I think I have. Another thing that you will notice is when we will announce either have an announcement or have some speeches, you'll see a little clock, countdown clock appear on your screen, and it will just say that the broadcast is going to start in 30 seconds or so, and that's just when either myself or Tony or the sponsor will come on just to speak to you very briefly. But otherwise, it is an EP at Home event, so the purpose is to network. And yeah, we really hope you enjoy it. We'll appreciate any feedback that you have. So please do pop us an email, events@emergingpayments.org, if you do have any feedback. Otherwise, of course, as I said, I'll be in the EPA lounge with other staff members as well, in case you have any questions. I think that covers everything, and I hope you enjoy the event. Take care.